Works.
Give a little more.
To the SendNoods talk show.
Hi. Hi.
Are we leaving?
Hello.
Hi. You talked over my entire intro.
We are alive.
All you heard during the intro video was Sam going,
I couldn't hear you talking.
Hi, Internet. Hello.
So does everyone here know the slosh? I was unaware of it.
Evening. Evening evening squirrel. I can't evening squirrel.
Fiery.
Hello. Fiery.
Yeah.
Fiery
I
squirrel.
can change the stream to audio only. So that means I don't have to worry about the video.
Yay! Dogakita, sorry you can't join us for now, but join us later for Yeet or Neat at 8 o'clock and Rumblepack at 9 o'clock. Hello, Internet. Hello. I forgot to reset everyone's channel points. I'll try to do that mid-stream. That's going to be fun. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Click on Fortnite.
A hard-earned channel point.
Yeah, so there was, I'll get this out of the road first. So there was a change to Twitch. They updated the channel point system yesterday, I think, or last night. And so there's now a new challenge system where you can set a huge number of points and you set a certain amount of time, and then people can collectively throw their points into this challenge. And then when it meets the 100%, whoever the streamer is, they have to do that challenge. So I've put 2 challenges in at the moment. One's called Gummy Mouth, where I have to, or whoever's streaming, Lewis, watch out. You have to try and fit as many Haribo in your mouth as you can.
I have Haribos on hand.
I'll get everybody some Haribos sent out. Don't worry.
Fairy Squirrel says still not available for mobile users. Just to inform.
Thank you, Fairy. Thank you. And the other one is I Love Pie. Which isn't food related. Basically,
Sean just fell asleep on his laptop.
If you complete the pie one, then one of us has to read out the number pi to 50 digits in any language that the chat chooses.
Okay.
9.
3.1415.
That's how many points it costs to get that one activated.
No, is it not 156?
3.1415.
Yeah,
I know that far.
I know that part.
So yeah, those are the new challenges. But I haven't reset everybody's points yet, so Tony could come in here and activate both of those challenges without even thinking about it. With just his points.
How do you activate them?
You use your channel points. So the channel points at below the chat. So if you're on mobile, well, this mobile's not working yet. But if you look at your channel points, where you usually use to help someone hydrate, or stretch the legs or whatever, that's where the challenges are. Okay.
There's a maximum of 2,000 that you can put in.
You can only put 2,000 per stream. So if you do a double stream in a day, you could potentially end up with 4,000 from each person on that challenge, which is cool. You earn points, obviously, by being in the stream and by interacting with chat. So earn your channel points now. Anyway, that's for our viewers on Twitch. For our viewers on YouTube, come see us on Twitch, twitch.tv/R-CADE Glasgow if you want to join in the fun.
Gavin Laugh, you can start spending points on these ridiculous challenges once Andy has.
They're activated. Oh, we've already had one. 4% added. 2,000 points have been added. Who did that? I can't see who did it. That's the thing. It was you, Lewis, wasn't it? You can't hold a straight face, which doesn't bode.
I have 70,000. I was just like, I could just complete this right now. And I was like, 70.
Nope, you can only max it.
I put 2,000 at a time.
Yep.
I think
Sorry, bro.
To reset everything.
I'm going to reset everyone's channel points right now as we speak, just to make sure it doesn't.
Why can't I modify that one?
Why can I modify what? Oh, you're modifying emotes, my friend.
I flipped my face, but I want to add sunglasses on top of the sunglasses. You won't notice them.
No, you can only do one modification per emote, unfortunately.
And for all
That's
those watching, you might have noticed I found my wigs. That's how
Yay!
I get to live my goth witch dreams.
Get,
Oh.
I don't know why I launched them across the room. I do still need them. But, oh well.
I don't think I can reset everyone's points, so this is gonna be funny.
You've
Anyway,
thought through.
if it comes to the Haribo one, I think I have some Haribo. I think that I can not Milky Bar.
it's a sharing bag, and Milky Bar are the only company that don't go stingy.
I hate that they put sharing bag on it because I never share them. It makes
It's
me
like,
feel
you know,
guilty.
like, the
They're
bag
not.
crisps are only slightly bigger than average, and like, there's a share pack, and I'm like, no.
I maybe
Family
get
size. The
just
fact
to
you
make-
really
Milky Bar.
laughed.
feel like just to make
Milky Bar
myself
kid
You are wrong.
is honest.
he's strong and tough. Apparently, but yeah, no, I feel like I should just.
Power in the bar.
If I had the Milky Bar ones, I should just give one to a random hobo after I buy them, so I don't
Milk
feel so
Bar
bad
Kid
about it.
always looked anemic.
It's because he's milky. It's the clues in the name.
There's nothing strong and tough about him. You just
I
look
share it
like
with my
fat.
fat rolls.
Gosh, you don't have any fat rolls. What are you talking about? You're wee skinny malinky. Is I'm allowed to
You're
say
a
that?
baguette.
Skinny Malinky, long legs, big
I wouldn't
banana
watch
feet.
if you had multiple chins, Sean.
Multiple shins.
multiple chins, but they're all one big giant chin. Love you. Sorry. Okay, so welcome to the SendNoods Talk Show.
Topcast.
The Topcast. How is everyone doing? Let's do our weekly roundup. We'll start this week with Sam.
Bullseye. Me, Woody's Roundup.
Pretty
How's
wound up.
Sam? I'm a bit wound up, yeah. How's Sam? How was your week, Sam? What you been up
I've
to?
trimmed my beard. I've done nothing
Yes.
again. I bought books that one I don't need and one that I need to read. That rhymed.
The uni books.
No. One is
Uh-oh.
WWE's 100 Best Matches. It was £4.
Nice.
And the other is Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race, which I need to read, obviously.
Oh, I thought you meant the book was the reason you're not
I
talking
also
to white
thought
people.
You meant the book was the reason.
No, it's the book that was
That's
going
the
around
title of the
social
book.
media. It's
Okay.
it's all about like the hidden black history of Britain and things like that.
Yep. Cool.
And other than that, I've done nothing. Actually, I meant to mention this before the podcast started. I no longer need those holidays in August, Andy, as I have cancelled my trip to
Have you
Toronto.
cancelled Canada? Oh no.
Because it is,
Oh.
as it currently stands, if you're not a Canadian citizen or a first-line relative to someone who is, you're not allowed to enter the country.
Okay.
And even if you do enter the country, you have to self-quarantine for 14 days. And given our trip is 11,
That doesn't make any sense.
that would
What
be
a lovely room this is.
quite-
I can see so many sights from the window. Yeah.
A full refund on Airbnb and full refund in the form of a voucher for future travel plans with BA, which is fine because that lasts until March of 2022. So
Okay.
as long as I go and come back somewhere
You
within that
won't
time,
lose.
I can
Yeah.
use them. So
Good.
that
Um,
no, not good.
Not good,
Yeah.
obviously, but with the current
I also-
situation.
I bought new T-shirts.
Yay! Awesome. Thank you, Sam.
That's
Good.
the end of my. I go back on my phone now.
Squirrel said that they bought I'm assuming the same book that Sam was referring to, the second one, not the wrestling one. Maybe the wrestling one, but probably not the wrestling one.
The wrestling one. So I'll be honest. I bought both of them because Deanne pointed them out to me when she drove me to W. Smith's.
Okay.
She's not looking at me. It's fine. The wrestling one was a bit of a joke, but it was down from £17 to £6, and I was like, "Cool."
Why not?
I ended up being £4, but I opened it up and it had like the build up to the match, a description of the match, and then what happened after the match, along with photos. And I was like, "This is
Informative.
more coffee table fodder."
Good.
It goes nicely with my tour of burgers in America.
Indeed, it was the second book, Squirrel has said, that they purchased.
The second
Well,
one is most definitely more important.
Indeed.
I'm not going to pretend in any way.
It carries more weight, I think, that second book, definitely.
Well, the first one is heavy. Oh, sorry.
I knew I was just laying it up for you to do the joke. It's fine.
you.
Perfect. Lewis, how are you? How is my Lulu?
I'm okay, Georgie.
Notice,
Alright.
Nadia, we're not getting the same treatment there.
Are
Nah.
you guys showing up on Fridays? Don't think
Exactly.
Me and
Exactly.
Tony, me and Tony are showing up for you. Sounds like a you problem, Nadia.
Nice.
Anyway,
Nice.
other than being intensely rude, I'm sorry. I have not been really up to too much. I baked brownies today. We get sent in the food hub later on. Just
On
letting
our
them
Discord. On our Discord.
Yeah,
Join the
on our
Discord.
Discord. My first post got me in trouble.
Just letting them chill.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to discourage you, Sam, with that. I realised after I've commented on your Food Hub message that it may have been a little harsh. I'm sorry. It looked delicious. I did try to redeem myself.
Thank
But
you.
that pasta did look very tasty. I do love a tagliatelle. Sorry, Lewis. Your
I was
escapades.
needy. my bad.
Yeah, so I baked. My hair has grown a little bit. which is good.
Yay! Fuzz.
Yeah, most important thing. I've been thinking about maybe going back to uni again. I'm having a look at that.
Oh, cool.
Now is not the time, but
I know now is not the time. Now is the time to look.
to loot.
And to look.
It's constant. Our lives are looting. No, we're not looting.
Yes.
Don't loot.
So yeah, haven't really done much.
That's fair. That sounds like you got some stuff done.
Honestly, not really, but thanks for making me feel more.
I'm trying to make you feel better, man. All right, awesome. Moving on to our new housemate, Nadia. Hello, how are you?
Hello. So, and since last week, I still don't have internet because Vodafone's a dirty, dirty liar.
Dirty liar.
It hasn't, and it left us thinking our own post was going wonky, which it kind of was, but it's not actually. I've cut my dad's hair.
That's you're wearing it right now, aren't you? Is that?
If my dad had hair this long, no. My dad's hair goes like an afro. My dad's hair is probably slightly curlier than Sam's.
Wow.
So I've done that successfully. I baked cupcakes and I wasn't particularly happy about them, but mostly just because I don't like them. Everyone else, my mum and dad have scoffed the whole lot of them, but I didn't like them, and what's the point in baking stuff if you don't like them?
No, that's fair.
So I made banana and pecan cupcakes with buttercream frosting, and I hate buttercream frosting.
Ooh.
Because buttercream frosting is so sickly, and I was just like,
it's sweet. It's so sweet.
This.
Yeah.
I was just like, no. And on a more fun note, we've been taking my cat for walks. I say walks, we've been taking her out in a harness and a leash to the back garden so that she can get used to the area. But it's hilarious because she's just this little fluffy cat wandering about on a lead.
That's cool.
That's been my week.
Nice.
Catwalks are odd.
Okay, my mum is so embarrassed by it. Because she's just like, I can't go around the front of the house because we are just kind of walking around the garden. She kind of knows where everything is. Oh, we finally got grass in the garden. That's all.
Good.
And Mom's just like, I feel like the neighbours have just watched me walk the cat, and I'm just like, it's not that weird. I mean, it is, but it's not.
To be
She
fair,
had to get dental treatment as well.
you should be dressed like that walking the cat. That'd be much better.
Yeah, so that was what I was trying to do earlier. But she got dental treatment done on because she was acting really weird.
Your mum?
She was fine. No, my cat.
I was gonna say your mum's acting really weird.
My cat
Was that really nice?
So we were driving around their house, and she was kind of fine with it. She was just like, okay, whatever. And then she just kept acting really, really, really weird. And we're just like, something's going on here. Took her to the vet, and he went, I think her tooth's bothering her. And I went, oh, okay, cool. So she had to get knocked out, which is great for a day of stress.
One
because
punch.
because my cat turns 16 on Saturday.
Okay.
Oh.
So we were like, okay, so she's old.
When are you teaching her to drive?
A heart murmur. Never.
Oh.
So she's old with a heart murmur. So they go, yeah, we have to do dental treatment, but cats and most animals, we have to knock them out before we can do any dental treatment. This
Just
might
in
also
case.
kill her. So
Awesome.
your choice.
Awesome.
And I'm like, okay, well, not being able to eat may be a slight problem. So
Have you had
Um,
Bob since she was a baba, or like?
yes, she was a little baby. We got her when she was just a
been-
kid.
When you were about 10, then yeah.
Yeah, so she, that's how I gauge her. I was 11 when we got her.
Ah.
So I always know that she's a decade and 1 year younger than me. 11 years younger than me.
A decade and one, yeah.
So the vet also was really funny because like on the day we got her to check the teeth before the day, he was like, she's not very happy. She's a wee grumpy old lady, and we're like, okay, yeah, she is. He was like, she showed her this. She showed how angry she was because obviously you can't go in with your animals right now.
No.
So
just kind of drop off
we're not
and
there to
See you
sort of,
later,
like,
son.
yeah, we kind of have to drop. She take them, and so usually what happens is me and my mum hold on to Bob while she's at, because she growls and hisses at them, but she won't do anything to us. But she kind of tries to look at it like she's going to snap at them. But as long as we're there, she doesn't. So apparently she bit him.
Nice.
Good, good first impression of my new vet.
Yeah.
No,
Good,
this is our old vet. So this is
old
our
vet. Okay, there you go.
Sure, despite the fact that my cat has on several occasions apparently taken lumps out of this man as he's tried to like get her prepped for surgeries because
I bet
she
he's-
dealt with it when her eye went missing. But he's got Siamese cats, so he's used to pure evil.
I was going to say, I bet he's used to it anyway.
Yeah. So he thinks she's lovely, but she's like, oh, she's just a wee bit of a grumpy wee old lady, and I'm like, well, fair point. But so she's
fair.
on the mend, so she's fine now, and she's getting walked because that's what I do with a cat now. I look like that kind of person.
A cat walker. You should just go around the neighbourhood, see if anybody else's cats need walked. I'm like, oh, yeah, I've got experience. Yeah.
My next door neighbour has a dog, and so far we haven't confronted each other on walks yet. And across the road has a cat. So.
And there's not really like a lot of neighbours right now.
No, there's not a lot of houses, to be honest.
No, not really. Yes, because now two of you have now seen the house.
I can't. Well, I can. I don't drive.
No, it would
You
take
can
a bit
drive, but you don't
It'd be
drive.
taking a bit of travelling for you to come see me, unfortunately.
It's okay. I'm not supposed to see people anyway.
Anyway.
Am I the most at risk here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you are, aren't you?
Yay! I win something.
Yay. I my week. Okay, good. Yeah.
Are you the woodsman from Hoodwinked? What was that?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I'm good. I'm okay. I've had an okay week. It's been nice. We've been in the shop, in R-CADE, sort of working on it, doing stuff. So from last Tuesday to now, we've gutted the place. I've started now working on refurbishing the units so that when we do eventually get to open back up, the place is looking as shiny as possible. So, Sam, just to pre-warn you now, there has been some rearrangement of the shop, which is probably to be expected, I hope. But some things are moved around quite substantially. So just be prepped, because I always like to surprise you when you come down to R-CADE.
Yoshi's cat bed still there?
Yoshi's cat, the Kirby.
Sure. It's not what, I was just meaning an inside joke that doesn't exist, that there's a cat bed for Yoshi in the back, but sure.
The pillar that was like this is now like this. It's really like
It's we're doing limbo contests now. I love it.
Yeah.
There's a new restriction for getting into the shop, which means half the staff can't work there.
It's actually going to be a new gymnastics arcade.
Center?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to stay that. They just didn't need that yet. Never mind.
But apart from that, I've been working on the shop. Really happy how things are going. The place is looking semi-good. Just got to work on some more stuff. We're going in Thursdays and Sundays at the moment, so we're 2 days a week. We're going to up that to 3, hopefully, in a couple of weeks, and just keep building up and spending more time in the shop where possible to get the place back to 100%. I don't have a plan. A lot of people are asking for a date as to when we're open. I even got a phone call today from a random woman saying, "Are you open?" I'm like, "No, I forgot that I'd linked the shop landline to my mobile number so that I can get calls from the shop, just in case I miss anything business-wise, Yeah. And I answered the phone like she was phoning me personally. I keep forgetting that it's actually the shop she's phoning. Oh crap! Oh yeah, no, we're not. And she must be so confused because she's phoned the shop, and it's because the numbers come through to me. It's like I'm there at the shop. So.
Oh no! You need to change that. You need to change your answering machine.
Oh no! Don't worry about that. I remember after that call, I got a little message flagging up that I had some voicemails. I was like, oh no, because just to explain for everybody at home, my previous voicemail was me going, "Hello, and then silence for a minute or two, and then I got you. It was that sort of really horrible
God,
voicemail.
you're back
Yeah,
in
I was that guy for a while.
Michelle almost punched him one
Michelle
time
wanted to
when
kill me.
We had to go and get something for the shop, and she phoned him to double check we were getting the right thing, and it went to voicemail, and she like almost punted her phone down.
Because she was really stressed out trying to buy this thing, and it went to the voicemail, and she explained everything that was happening, and then it was me going, I got you. So yeah, I checked my voicemail after that. Because I got a new number, I got a new contract and a new phone. It took away that voicemail thing, so I don't have that luckily anymore. Phew! So the voicemails I did get they were fine. But yeah, apart from that, we don't have a date for opening again yet, guys. Sorry.
We do have a grape though. Raisin would have made more sense.
Yeah. So no news yet, but keep your ears peeled. Ears peeled, eyes peeled. I don't know, peel something. Peel a potato.
Your eyes or the ears or the front of the face?
Why does it keep your eyes peeled? Is that because your eyelids are... okay, that makes sense. Yep, answer my own question.
Answer your own question.
Although you did put the fear into people when you said gutted and it was just a picture of like R-CADE pulled apart.
That was intentional. That was intentional. I got a very angry phone call from my mum. Very angry. She messaged me first, commented on the post, messaged me both on WhatsApp and through Messenger, and left me a voicemail. And I eventually got to my phone. I think that made it worse because I didn't answer straight away. And then she was very pissed off because it made it look like we were obviously shutting up store. But as I said to Lewis, that would be a really horrible way to tell you guys you're out of a job.
I end up chatting to Sam Alam about it.
No, because I knew, because I'd been messaging you anyway for like you dropping stuff off to me.
True.
So like I already knew that you were at the shop. We're just like, you're cleaning it, right?
What did Sam Alam have to say?
Well, he was like, yeah, everyone thought that you guys were. Well, this was like a week after when it had all blown over, and he was like, yeah, I thought you guys were. I thought that was the shop gone forever. And I was like, if we'd closed, if any business had shut forever, would the final photo, the really important thing, be a Henry Hoover? No, it would have been much better.
You're a bit more heartfelt. Yeah, exactly. Not just the word gutted.
Gutted and a Henry Hoover.
But yeah, I got into so much trouble for that. I had to edit the post, so I had to put on the post that obviously we're not shut and that we were just cleaning the shop. I just, that's how you get the views. It's how you get the posts engagement. That you scare people with fear. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you also make people think the shop is closed, so they don't come back.
It got people talking.
Before we went into lockdown, we had a phone call to the shop of some guy asking, it's like, can you confirm that R-CADE is closing down? And I'm like,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, Michelle told me about that. So no, we're not closing down. We're surviving so far. We don't have an opening date yet. I know a lot of people are asking. I know a lot of similar businesses have announced reopenings or semi-reopenings in the last few months. And I'm happy for them, and I wish them all the luck. What was that, Sam?
We're a special little snowflake compared to them.
Circumstances. It's all down to circumstances.
Well,
we just don't have the space.
I was
so.
meaning, like, you said a lot of similar businesses, and there's other, like, we've talked about before, there's other, like, geeky and gaming, like, locales that are reopening, but not as many of them are directly hands-on. It's gaming cafes, etc., as opposed to arcades with consoles and controllers, things that will be touched a 1,000 times a day. Which is more why we're special little snowflakes in that particular.
You need. I get it. I mean,
also,
comic.
Hey Darren.
Oh yeah, hey Darren. Ideal, like the perfect example is Comic Crazy, our good friends in Paisley. They've reopened.
I thought me and Maddie are your good friends in Paisley.
They're our good friends in Paisley, but they've reopened, but not as their cafe, just as a sort of takeaway for hot drinks, and as a retail store with their comic books and board games and cards and everything basically. So they've opened up as a retail space, but the actual sit-in section where you can play games isn't open to the public. So they have the ability to do so because they have the space and they have the means to do so with their retail side of things, but we don't, and that's the basic premise of it.
If anyone from Comic Crazy is watching just now, I'd like to make a pitch that you should do a advertisement where you do a cover of Ray Jepsen's Call Me Maybe and just
Comic Crazy. Oh, that is beautiful, Sam. Why have I never thought of that? I'm gonna do a wee shout out for Comic Crazy actually because they have their own channel as well. You guys should totally go see them. I'm trying to just double check what they're called specifically on
I keep
Twitch.
forgetting they're in Basic. I do actually now live near them.
Nearish.
Near-ish.
Thank you, Sean.
Holy crap, Sam. Genius. There you go. One sec. I'm just trying to find them. Where's Comic Crazy? Where are you guys? Love the guys at Comic Crazy. Yeah, I know. Just try to get their Twitch name right. They still do a lot of card games and stuff online, so you guys can watch them doing that on their Twitch channel, which I can't find. I will get a shout out for it in Squitch. Oh, I went too far. Squidge. What have they? No, what? They changed the name. That's why I couldn't find them. I think they've changed the name of their channel. Oh,
Just to spite you.
they have. It's Comic Crazy Esports. They've called it now. All one word. Interesting.
Is it Crazy E or Crazy E?
Crazy with a Y.
I mean, the shop is called Comic Crazy with a Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they're going to be an
Probably.
esports channel, they think.
Esports. There you go. That's them. So go follow them if you can. Yeah, cool butt crazy esports. Thanks, Buttspot. So yeah, go follow them if you can. Anyway, shall we move on? It's time for gaming news. I have many newses of the games for everyone to talk about. So
That's cruel. That was mean.
what?
I can't go anymore. Don't.
You said a boot.
Oh,
You said
boot.
a boot.
Sorry, Sam. Triggered. Sorry.
It's worse. I start listening to another true crime podcast, and it's all.
What's
Dando's
what?
reading.
Dando's reading.
Oh,
Dando.
not now. I was about to talk about podcast. No, I was about to bore everyone to death. Now.
Yes.
I was about to talk about true crime and weird accents. I'm
True
sorry.
crime and weird accents and
Come
stuff.
back
Dando. Hello to the club. Hello, everyone. Hello, a true
I
crime.
wondered why I said you. I was just like, what did you just try and say there? I can see what you were trying to say.
Yeah, that's why I don't have the emotes on the screen because this is going to be going onto YouTube as well. So sorry you can't see your emotes on screen, but get them in the chat. You can get loads of the emotes in the chat. Not a problemo. How you doing, Dando? How was your stream? I was in chatting with Dando earlier on today. We had a really good chat with all her viewers. It's really nice, and thank you guys, everybody in Dando's chat. Thank you for all the support and the messages you were sending to me and R-CADE. It's really appreciated. Thank you so much. Corrupted Tree, thank you for the follow, Corrupted Tree.
I was in earlier as well, but I was just watching while I was baking. So
That's fine. We were talking about race and some of the horrific stories that some of us have of personal matters, stuff that's happened to us in real life through the years that, for me as a man with a tan, I've been
your mustache. I got confused.
No, I found my cheek. I'm a man with a tan. It's been harsh, man. Cheers for coming in. No, always, Dando. Always. I will always drop in whenever I can. Thank you for the follows, Dark Druids 666 or Druidess 666. Apologies. Silly Soup. Sorry, Silly Soup. I'll do it again. Thank you, Silly Soup, for the follow as well. Thank you. I appreciate it. And Dando, thank you for the raid. Always a pleasure. Thank you. We were just about to kick into
again. I spieled last time.
We can do the shop trailer. Let's do this. Back in a second.
There's a trailer now?
Everyone can still hear you, Sam.
Wow.
Wow, just be amazed at it. Whoa, just keep going.
I'm watching the
Ooh,
stream on a delay, so all I'm
Wow.
seeing is myself eat Dairy Milk buttons.
incredible.
Oh my god, they have retro video games
Whoa.
and arcade.
1,000 video
What?
games? Over
What?
1,000.
Lewis, what?
Wow,
Oh my
amazing
God, they have
imported
retro video games
snacks.
and they're in arcades. Who would have thought those two things could collide into one?
Custom merch?
Why?
Wow, where can we get custom merch, guys?
Merch?
Ooh, board games that are free to play. Incredible.
Oh, an Incredibles video
Free to
game.
play, but pay to win.
I love imported butts.
Pay an arcade staff member, we'll walk over and cheat for you.
So that was our shop. If you don't know us, you don't know arcades, then the four of us plus Michelle, we all our fifth member. She's away doing other Michelle-y things. We all run and love and keep the community alive at R-CADE Glasgow, which is our retro video game arcade and Japanese-inspired cafe in Glasgow city centre, Scotland. But it's shut at the moment, so you can't go. I showed you all that really cool stuff, and you can't go. Obviously, with COVID, we're closed.
It's okay.
We've been closed since the end of March, or mid-March, actually, just about. And we're fighting to survive. So thank you for being with us. In terms of merch, that was mentioned. I will put a link to our merch store if you want to buy any of our cool stuff. I know Dando has one of our mugs. Hope she enjoys it. Nobody have a mug. I've got a mug to hand. Where's my mug? No, where's my mug?
I'm not.
lost it.
Downstairs, man.
It's here. I've got it. It's got a Game Boy. It's got a Game Boy on it. I have a mug. I have my mug here. There you go. It had a Game Boy on it. Hey, Gamer Girl 2418. Thank you for following. Woo!
For anyone that's ever been in the shop or is going to try and visit the shop afterwards, I don't normally look.
I also don't normally look like this.
I normally look like this. Though.
I normally look like this too. This is my standard me. Yep. So you can visit merch.arcadeglasgow.com or just go to www.arcadeglasgow.com if you want to find out all about us. All the info is there. But thank you for all the follows. Thank you for watching us.
You wonderfully joined us just before we begin our gaming news.
It's time for gaming news.
At any point, you might confuse me for Duncan.
So this is the.
Throwing out my hair.
This is true. You just need like a wee beanie cap, like just with the curly bit at the front.
Oh, I've not got it. No.
Come in and tell me about your Russian work that you're doing.
He's messaging me about, do we need VHS tapes?
No, he messaged me as well personally, going, "Do you need? I've been clearing out the house. Do you need any VHS tapes?" No.
It's because I want the VHS wall, Andy. I'm telling you.
Oh, silly soup. Oh, silly. Oh, silly. That's silly soup.
We're Glasgow based.
Okay, so I like obviously there's not a huge okay, Edinburgh and then Glasgow divide thing, you know.
I think it's
there's not hatred. There's not a hatred between the two cities, but there's obviously, you know, one loves more than people tend to love one more than the other. One loves more than the emblem. I was born in Glasgow, and then when I was very young. When I was very young, moved out towards Edinburgh. So I spent my teenage years living out near Edinburgh, and then came back to Glasgow in my 20s. So I love both, but for different reasons.
I was born in Edinburgh and moved to Glasgow when I was 1. And I'm older than that now.
Oh, that's because one is a glorified theme park and the other is Glasgow. Ooh, yeah.
I think someone confused Edinburgh for M&D.
M&D's, which was supposed to be reopening. Hi, Diane.
This is Diane. She's our company mask. No, come on, do you think it's obvious today that she's stolen my clothes?
I think, give us a spin. Give us a spin. She's wearing that's a very nice blue shirt. I love it. Is it painful sitting on that fence there, Andrew? No, because I love Glasgow more. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I love
He
Glasgow
didn't
more than I
open a
love
shop
Edinburgh.
in Edinburgh.
Exactly,
Oh.
because there's
There was competition.
it's
I'm
actually
glad that I would not have a job.
it's more expensive in Edinburgh. That's why, because of all
It
the
is.
tourists and stuff. So Aberdeen is like the Naples of Scotland.
Aberdeen
What
is
does
a
that
sad,
mean?
sad place.
I've only been to Aberdeen once, and within the first 5 seconds of me getting off the bus in Aberdeen, there was a child doing the toilet in the street. Yeah, first
I've got
5
something elsewhere.
seconds.
Yeah. I've been
Getting
in
off that
Aberdeen for Ultimate Frisbee tournaments quite a lot, but I don't think I've ever actually been Aberdeen outside of needing to go to a Frisbee tournament. So
I've
all I
been
know
to-
of it is me half asleep and the city being very grey.
I've been to Aberdeen,
Anyway, gaming
but
news.
no, one more thing.
I'm not
I've
talking about
One
that
more
podcast.
roast about
I've been
sitting somewhere, man.
I've been to Aberdeen, but every time I go, it's purely just for
Aberdeen.
Cadonas. You guys have you ever been to Cadonas?
Yeah, I went to Cadonas.
Cadonas is good, or it used to be
Yeah.
good. It's not so good anymore, but it used to be really good.
Are
Thank you, Silly Soup.
Yay! Thank you, Silly Soup, for the sub. Oh my god!
even though we
Michelle just poked her head in the door, going, "Woo, Cadonas!" Thanks, Michelle. Thank you, Silly Soup, for the sub as well. Even though I said that Glasgow's better than Hall of Fame, better than Edinburgh.
Glasgow's better than Hall of Fame. Sorry, wherever you are.
Sorry, I got surprised.
The
Hey.
city of Glasgow is better.
Hi, Hall of Fame.
Oh, thank you for following X. 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 I can't. What? Fix. Thank
I
you.
think that's one of the villains from Teen Titans.
I think I'm having a allergic reaction and my tongue's swelling up. I've
You know
performed.
There's a Batman villain called Mixelpidlick.
Right, we are getting
We're
even
gaming news,
further off track here.
Actually,
Okay.
we're not, Nadia.
Okay.
I've just looked at the title of this podcast, and the second news topic is Batman. So let's get on to gaming news.
All right, I'll switch to the second news topic and we'll do the other bit, the first one later. So speaking of Batman, Sam, thank you for that.
Batman, Mixelpidlick.
This week, actually, I wanted to explain. So, the SendNoods talk show, it's called SendNoods because it's nudes, it's noodles, and that's because that's our sort of hashtag funny thing.
We sell noodles in the shop.
We sell
Well,
noodles in the shop, and
we
that's where
did.
it came from. Yes, indeed. So every week we talk about ourselves for an extremely long amount of time, and then we do the week's gaming news. So we tell you all the guys, or we discuss all the stuff that's happened in the world of video games for the last 7 days, and then we've got 3 amazing pieces which are fun and hilarious, and I made images for them which scare the crap out of me, but
So you
we'll
better
get onto
enjoy
those
them.
in a squidge. So stick around for some fun games after we finish doing the gaming news. But to kick us on to Batman, basically the news came out last couple of days that Microsoft are rumored to be thinking about purchasing Warner Brothers Games. That's not the right screen. That's the right screen. Warner Brother Games. Of course, Warner Brother Games are responsible
absolutely
for.
not the right screen.
No, really not the right screen, but we'll get into that in a minute. Warner Brother Games, of course, responsible for the Batman games, as well as they actually distribute CD Projekt Red stuff, so Witcher and Cyberpunk as well, which is going to be coming out. They're responsible for the distribution of those games, as well as the Lego games. And I had made a note of what the other ones were. Where's my notes? There they are. Mortal Kombat. That was the other one. It's just a rumor at the moment. They're thinking about acquiring them. That's the wording that they're using. With that, there's no sort of solid details on what the deal's going to be. So it doesn't mean that they're going to have control of those IPs, but potentially they could, which obviously for other companies like Nintendo and Sony could mean paying more money for those IPs when they want them cross-platform on their consoles. So it's an interesting one, but there's no confirmed news yet.
Like, because it's in the same realm of superheroes, it's making me think a lot about the deals when it came to Sony and Marvel with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
For instance, that Sony have a lot of final say on what Marvel can and cannot do with a Spider-Man character, which is why it took a little bit longer for the video game, etc., to come out because there was the deal being brokered. That's obviously quite different because I imagine that Microsoft has zero to do with Batman outside of the gaming realm. But they will still be, I expect there's going to be something from Warner Brothers Media influencing that as well.
Yeah.
Shotgun Wells.
Shotgun Wells in the chat. Sorry.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Nadia?
I was going to say, did you hear about the fact that, like, speaking of weird purchases, well, it's not technically Microsoft buying a game company isn't particularly weird, but Marvel bought Alien.
They bought what?
They bought the right. I think they bought. I heard something about them buying the rights for Alien and Predator.
Really?
I'm going to check because people kept making comments about, oh god, a PG Alien movie. I've seen it earlier. I don't know whether I've maybe just had a stroke, but I think it was a thing. I'm gonna do this check.
Sam perked up. Someone had a stroke. While you're looking that up, the other news that came out over the last couple of days is that is it who takes care of the 2K games? 2K, the NBA 2K games. Sam, who's it that distributes them?
2K.
Is it 2K? That's right. Yeah, thank you.
2K. Yeah. 2K Games creates the 2K games. Yeah. 2K Studios.
Yeah, 2K. And then they have different.
1 minute. Let me get my
level.
let me get my foot out of my mouth. So there was obviously 2K21, NBA 2K21's coming out later this year, and there was a report that said the PS5 and Xbox One versions of the games are going to be priced at £5 or $10, depending on where you are, higher than the previous generation's games, so PS4 and Xbox One. So Xbox Series X and PS5 versions of the game are going to be at 65 quid, apparently. And a lot of people are like, what? Seriously? Another £5 on top of my standard 60 quid that I'm paying for a game?
I was going to say, it's a bit of an oof.
Yeah. How long are you playing the game for? Are they adding more features to the next gen version? For instance, we've bitten that bullet before with things like FIFA on the Xbox 360 compared to the Xbox One had more stuff in it.
Yeah, the gameplay was slightly different as well. It was a newer game.
I am always that person who is fine with things like microtransactions when it comes to games that are like the fact that GTA 5 is being played for 5 years past when it actually released. So if you're still playing it 5 years later, maybe it has been worth more than $60, 60 quid, whatever.
Yeah.
That being said, this is setting the precedent that all games are going to be £65. Therefore, all games will need to contain more content than the previous ones did, which by law of escalation they probably should. But this is something that is either people are going to have to make their stand and say that they're not going to pay that extra £5, or this is going to set the industry norm, particularly for 2K games going forward, whether that be the NBA series, the football series, or wrestling series, any of their stuff, plus additional games that have hands in outside the sporting world.
So I mean, that was my query. I couldn't find information on whether or not, because I remember I've mentioned this a few weeks ago that when 2K21 was announced, there was going to be 3 editions. Remember we were talking about the different basketball stars on the covers, and so obviously the Kobe version is going to be the top tier version, I think, the Legendary edition.
Yeah. We've done the last year was the first time they've done a Legends edition. So
if that happens, then is that the cost? Is that why it's £5 extra? And are you therefore going to get more content within it because of that?
Sorry.
No. I was just going to say the big issue that people have had is that, and Sam, you mentioned this previously as well. The NBA games in the last couple of years have been very much dominated by microtransactions, and the lotteries therefore within, and the gambling that it could be construed as, and therefore paying more at the start and then having all the microtransactions within it, that hasn't been sitting well with everybody, and that's what the biggest complaint has been.
I'd just like to say thank you to Shotgun Wheels for the hydrate as well.
Yep.
Well, so the background, because this isn't just the 2K, it's outside of it, because it's been noted by the industry that games are far more expensive to make these days. With the ridiculous levels of graphics that people are making and all this super, let's make it as close to reality as possible, actually requires far more input and progress throughout the entire thing. So the price of games has technically not risen in the last so ever many years, and so the cost is now sort of not quite matching. Which then sort of raises the argument of, do we need these, like, for things like 2K, maybe hyper-realistic graphics, because it was something that I retweeted a while about this incessant need of games nowadays to do this. Everything has to be very realistic, and where they could actually take style, like look at something like Borderlands. That is in no way realistic. It's a very stylized game, but you can't say that you don't enjoy it or that you don't like the graphics or you don't like the art that's behind it. So it's this idea of like, we're pushing these envelopes of just going, hey, look how realistic it is, but is it really necessary? But maybe it's more, there's more stuff that's actually causing more price than just those graphics things. But
I mean, there was a point made in one of the forums I was reading, and that was a guy complaining that, like DVDs and Blu-rays don't cost that much, and it costs loads of money to make films and stuff. And I'm like, but yeah,
Films
fair.
make money in other ways.
Films make money in other ways.
Yeah.
Obviously, cinemas and that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah.
Streaming services for movies and films like Netflix or Amazon or Now TV or whatever, or Disney Plus now, their stuff's in place already, and they get a lot of money through that. More people subscribe to that stuff than they do to, say, Xbox Game Pass or PlayStation Now or any of the other subscription services you get on PC. So it does. I feel like games cost more money to make because there's more content and more hours in there.
Yeah.
You watch a movie, it's 2, maybe 3 hours long at the most. Whereas a game, you're gutted if you get anything less than 30 to 40 hours out of it, because you've paid more money for it. So it's a balancing thing there. So
yeah,
obviously with the newer computers, obviously with the new consoles coming out, they're going to be more powerful, and therefore they're going to be able to do more stuff, and you're going to expect more from that. So paying slightly more for it. And Tony actually Totana's made a good point in the chat, is that it's to try and push people into subscription services. Because that is going to be the new future for video games compared to what we're doing in physical media at the moment. It's going to be stuff like Game Pass, or it's going to be stuff like PlayStation Now, that are going to be the future of video games, because it's just being able to either download or instantly access stuff. Like, I know Stadia's not doing so well at the moment, and it's had a bad write up. But again, it's testing the water.
How is it? No, I'm not doing that. Never mind. I wanted to say, how's it doing compared to Apple Arcade? To rehash the conversation from last year.
Steam is still bigger than the movie industry, says Silly Soup. No, I don't know
what you're measuring that by.
I don't know. That's got to be a tough. That's got to be close, man.
Steam created in the last year.
Yeah.
So my issue that has with gaming being a service is you've got they haven't worked out the kinks of it yet, and yet they're still trying to push people towards a system that doesn't necessarily work, or may never actually really be a better replacement for it, because it's something I've always had this issue of. There's always been this weird push towards online gaming, and then almost incomplete games, or games that for some reason has 20,000 bits of DLC. And as much as I'm sitting there going, yay, okay, you're giving me more for this game, but people are never going to play it. Like, you will maybe have a very small percentage of people who are ever going to play every minute of a game and then every bit of DLC. And if I'm paying for that original game, but then also paying for whatever DLC I then get afterwards, it's because when you look at the percentage of people who actually complete games in general, like even the biggest named games of all time, the ones that people will say they will always remember and that they were like big moments in gaming history, people will not have, the percentage of people who have completed those games is horrifically low, compared to
movies and stuff. Compared to big blockbusters like Marvel Avengers, for example, the amount of people that have seen Endgame compared to people that have played Last of Us 2, that's a massive void. That's a huge differentiation in numbers there. You look at the top 10 highest grossing films and ever compared to the top 10 grossing games, and it's mental. But that's a that's a whole other thing.
But it's the whole thing of it's easy to put time into a bad movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not so easy to try and convince yourself to put time and money into a game you know you're never going to complete. That isn't necessarily bad, but you're not ever really going to have the time to complete it.
Yeah, that's
You go.
fair, silly suit.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. It's also easier just to put a film on, while you do stuff. Like, if say you're like playing a game and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna like put a film on my other monitor. Like, I'm gonna watch this film while I play the game. You're never like, oh, I'm playing this game like during a film. It's you put on a film while you're playing a game. You don't play a game while you're watching a film.
Yeah.
And another thing is the whole like argument with supporting games like with all the other hours you put in them is great, and I'm absolutely for that, but they need to do it in the right way. Like Rainbow Six Siege, I put 1,228 hours in that game. Like that's a lot for like the 20 quid that I bought it for.
Yep.
But I've put money back into it from buying like this year passes, but that's because I want to support them, and I've also got other people to buy the game. It's not like you're playing Sims, for example. You're playing that, and like there's like hundreds of DLC, and it'll cost so much money. Like you're not supporting really the game as much as you think you would be, because it's not like, oh, I'm having so much fun, I'll tell someone else to do this. It's, oh, I need to buy like this DLC to do this. Okay, cool. Whereas like in Siege, I put the money in, but you can equally not put the money in and still have the same result by like putting time in. So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, because Siege has got that different level of, so you can literally have the base level game and still have not maybe as much of a varied experience, but the same sort of experience as someone who has put hours into it and has every and all that kind of stuff. There isn't a sort of width of they can't play together. It's just that, this person wants to put more time into it, and this person's put more like, and if you put enough time into it, you can unlock the characters anyway without ever putting any money towards it.
Yeah.
So it's that sort of experience, whereas you've got some things that are just like, well, this person's having this experience, but if they don't get any of this DLC, they don't get to have this much, much better experience.
Another thing on with that is like playing Civilization. Like everyone's played a wee bit of Civilization, but when you play multiplayer, everyone needs to have the DLC for it to be enabled in like a multiplayer lobby. Whereas like Stellaris, only one person needs to have it, and it's you boot in. If you don't have the DLC, you can have a taste of it for that multiplayer match. So yeah, I don't know. It needs to be done right.
Yeah,
it does. It
I
does.
haven't made much of a point, but like
in terms of, going back to the original point, if that becomes the norm and 65 quid is the basic price for a brand new video game that's released, it is going to be. If you go back to N64 days, right? If you go back to the early to mid 90s, games on cartridge cost more. If you were buying a game on the N64 compared to buying it on PlayStation 1, for example, it would cost you £5 to £10 more for that game just because of the media you're buying it on. But the N64 did all right. PlayStation completely blew out of the water, but that might be the telling tale when it comes to this generation. If PlayStation come out and say, no, we're sticking a cap on it at 60 quid, it's still going to be $59.99 for your new game, then that will be what changes everything in terms of who wins the console war. Because just even something simple as £5 can totally change someone's decision on whether or not they buy a new game. Anyway, what was next up? So I'm going to leave that bit for the end. The other big news, I don't have a photo for this, but Horizon Zero Dawn is getting a PC release. So no longer just going to be a PlayStation exclusive. It's coming out on PC August 7th, I think. I checked Steam earlier. August 7th is the release date for it. So it's about a month away. Oh, it is exactly a month away. Today's the 7th. Interesting one, because I don't understand why. If anything, PlayStation keeping it exclusive and exclusive is for people to buy their consoles, right? So releasing something that was supposed to be exclusive onto PC therefore negates that. And that's the argument against Xbox with the Series X at the moment, is that they're trying to do the gaming or game anywhere thing, where if you buy a game for Series X, then you'll be able to get it on PC as well automatically for free, and the same vice versa. So the argument against Xbox I've been hearing from everyone is, why bother buying a Series X if I have a PC already? The only argument for buying a Series X is if you don't already own a PC, but that's going to like squish their player base down, if anything. So I don't understand why Sony have allowed the release of Horizon Zero Dawn onto PC. Perhaps it is to make people then go, oh, I want to play the second one, and then when PS5 comes out with the sequel, they'll then therefore go buy the PS5 because they'll need to get it. But that's the only reason I can think of, unless anybody else does.
Apparently, I think that they're also running the same kind of deal with Final Fantasy Remake, the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
The PC release is coming out way after.
It's got one year, I think.
Yeah, so whereas part 2 will maybe start to be sort of getting advertised and coming out then. So I don't know whether they're trying to do that thing where they go, oh, here, look at this game. Shame you're going to have to wait a few years till you can play the sequel.
Yeah.
And then people go, oh my god, or they go, oh, well, this is an alright experience. I wonder what it's going to be like on a... So it could be them. You all act surprised when I do random sound effects. That's quite be used to it.
Hello, Jordan. Hello. And yes, good point. That's exactly the point I was making. Thank you. Sorry, Nadia, to interrupt you. You used to.
No, I'm trying to see what point it was made. Yeah, so if Horizon Zero Dawn, the first one, is not really making much money now on PlayStation, they can get the second lot of people out on PC.
Yeah.
So they will always have that audience that is purely anti-PC. If they can, but then they will also then have your PC players who are like, I'm never going to play a console, so they can get them that way. Or they're Xbox fanboys, and that's the only way they're going to ever play it. They can still get money from them. The
amount of salt I'm seeing from Xbox fanboys at the moment is incredible. Actually, PlayStation fanboys are doing it too, but the Xbox ones are
all specific console / PC fanboys. Get a grip of your lives.
Lewis is just smiling wryly there.
What? I'm not like PC master race.
This is better.
Is that his voice? Is he like in the next Dude, Where's My Car? What is it?
Dude, yeah, but where's
the attack? And all I did was smile. Like, come on, man.
I'm defending you, man.
Yours 3 like amazing cases.
I'm defending.
Like boom, boom, boom. Like,
don't worry about it. You're fine. You're not Ashton Kutcher next. It's okay.
Yeah.
As I'm sitting here with my PlayStation basketball shoes, I can only agree.
Sam, do you own PlayStation basketball shoes?
No.
Okay.
All I can say is
really expensive.
I'm the most diverse boy. All right, so Xbox controller on a PC. I have a PlayStation wallet. Okay, so
this proves nothing.
The first part was not particularly diverse at all.
This proves nothing. Sam's just showing off hats now.
Pretty damn diverse, Lewis. You got
put them on.
90s baseball hat and
you need to put them on. Don't get them mixed up. Don't put the Power Ranger thing on your head. No, don't put the Power Ranger thing on your head. Oh, Jordan's like, Time Force! Hello, Reese. Hello, Reese. Hello, Reese. Hello, Reese. Welcome to the stream.
I am the mutant.
We were talking about how did we get onto this? Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn getting a PC release. That's right. So 7th of August, priced at $39.99. I saw on Steam for a game I can get for £10 on my PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Great. Anyway.
Thank you for the sub, Reese.
Thank you, Reese. Thank you for the sub, brother. Sorry.
Are you Gibraltar from ACAD?
No, he's been watching a lot of Lilo and Stitch.
No. If you want to find out, what I've been watching a lot of, check out Yeet or Neat, which is on at 8:00 after we're done here
Or
on
come
this
to
channel.
my kitchen and watch me make dumplings.
Are we going to do a Sam cooking stream, an actual live Sam cooking stream? Because I've been wanting to suggest that.
No.
No, okay, Sam
Too
doesn't
far
want to do
away
it.
from the Wi-Fi.
This is true. This is true. I also looked at your chicken videos, which I haven't edited into a actual video yet, but we'll get there one day.
That's why I haven't sent you any more footage.
You're trying to like, you start filming with stuff. No.
Andy, I sent you that footage on the second week of lockdown.
You did.
3 months in.
You did, and it's been sitting there, and I'm sorry.
My hair is far shorter. It looks.
It's interesting. We should do like a comparison. You should do the meal again.
No.
Do a comparison video from then till now.
Just like switch parts of it flawlessly, and then it's like, oh my god, his hair is long.
We do
now.
a YouTube
Really?
It's like professional chef cooks the same dish 3 months apart. But,
just because of lockdown, yeah.
It's me making a sriracha chicken mac and cheese burrito.
No, we should do the video again, but instead of you having all the ingredients you had originally when you made the actual meal, you should just have the things you've got left over, because lockdown is like you've been ruined after lockdown and there's nothing left in your house. The fridge is empty.
So he's cooking with
yeah.
food.
Yeah. He's just made a fire on the hob in his kitchen with some like rolled up newspaper instead of the gas being on, and yeah. No, okay, that's another thing. Sorry.
Final piece of news.
Final piece of news. I don't know. Let me see. I've
second last because we skipped over the first one.
The second, yeah.
I think he then moved it to the back.
Also, there was something Michelle wanted to add.
I've already added Michelle's thing. That's what I'm going to do next. Actually, no, I'll do the first thing first, and then I'll do that last because it ends on a nicer note than what we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
so
what we're about to talk about.
Let's find the funny. It's fine.
No, because last time I ended it on a really bad note on gaming news, and it was really horrible, and I felt really bad.
It was like it was going to get better.
It didn't.
And then it was just like, no.
And then I made it worse. It was bad.
No.
No, so there was a bit of a hoorah on Twitter. Was it? I've forgotten the date.
Hoorah?
It was the 3rd of July, so it was 4 days ago. And the hoorah was of course caused by The Last of Us 2, or not specifically caused by The Last of Us 2, caused by people who'd played the game. And what happened was one of the voice actors, Laura Bailey, did she do the mocap for Abby?
She did
as
mocap
well?
and voice.
She did voice and physical acting for Abby in The Last of Us 2. She was sent a ridiculous amount of death threats on her Twitter, which she shared to everyone on her Twitter to sort of get it out there so that people knew what was happening. And the nice thing about it was the positive feedback she therefore got from these tweets, which I'm going to put on screen. The positive reaction that she got from other people saying that they care about her and that it is these people are idiots and shouldn't be on Twitter was lovely. But these were some of the tweets some of the private message or DMs that she got on Twitter. For example, I'm going to kill you because you something in The Last of Us Part 2. Or even worse,
she avoided spoilers.
Yeah, she blacked out the spoilers. I have yellowed out all the swear words, so you guys can see it too. Not very well. You can tell what the swear words are, but yeah.
Silly for the hydrate.
I think the worst one though is that sort of middle right one. I hope your parents die by a hard cancer for killing my something. I will find you and I will kill your kid for that. Just wait for that. And that is absolutely horrendous. I can't believe.
For fiction.
For fiction. For her portraying a character in a video game, she was sent personal death threats. Which Neil Drucker came out as well. I think he said it's nothing to do with her. He's defended all of his cast and crew, saying that obviously they, like Naughty Dog, are responsible for the story and for the piece itself, and that the people who work on the game shouldn't be, or people who do the mocap and do the voice acting shouldn't be attacked like this on Twitter. It's absolutely disgusting.
Do you think it's the same people that will send you death threats for what you've done as a video game actor that will also look at that £5 increase for video games and say it's not worth it, they don't provide anything that movies don't?
Yeah, most likely. Honestly,
It's the same people who say that I'm not that invested in it, you know. I just threaten the life of someone I've never met.
yeah.
I think there's like this is something. This isn't the first time something like this has happened.
No.
It's really terrible. Like obviously, like there have been other video games where fans have targeted someone for doing something, and it doesn't just reach to video games; it's all forms of media. Like Joffrey from Game of Thrones, like that actor, he's left like acting and moved to like stage and theater.
Yeah, I read about
Because
that.
he can't get a role, and B people hate him. Like there was a story of someone's like an old lady spitting on him in the street.
Wow.
So things like this are just terrible.
So unfortunately, this is always like people being unable to tell reality and, you know,
From apart from each
fiction
other. Yeah.
apart from each other has also been. I also want to add that I think I might have been wrong about Laura being the mocap. That's what I was trying to check up on the phone. It doesn't really say who I think there was one thing that said it was this other person, but I'm not sure because then nothing else followed up. But I don't think she was the mocap. I think it was just the voice.
Yep.
Specifically, like a random story that I've got is that if anyone ever remembers the TV show Take the High Road,
Yeah.
so it's an old Scottish show. Like my uncle was in it once, and his character did something that wasn't great. He was in it like once. He was a wee kid that ran about, did something bad, and caused something horrible to happen. He then got swore at in a shop, just randomly in Glasgow, by some wee old woman
Nice.
who was just like, what you did was absolutely shocking. And he's like, that's not real life, right? Okay.
It's the people that buy like National Enquirer and stuff, like like the people that cannot separate fiction from real life. That's when
and
there's a line crossed, and it's like,
and then you've got to say testament of the talent of the performer. It's not really like you can probably be a not particularly great performer and still get this abuse from people who just. Especially it's becoming out of The Last of Us, and it's becoming out of a lot of things, and it came out because of Star Wars as well. These entitled little, I can't swear,
goblins,
and mostly, and I hate to say this, I don't hate to say this because it's mostly true, male, and not even young people.
No.
This isn't. I say young people. This isn't kids or teenagers that people are going, oh, it's just kids being idiots. No, this is people my age.
Yeah.
Who are sitting and giving abuse to people because the story didn't go the way they wanted it to go. And I hate to say this to you, you don't own the story, you don't own the rights to it, you don't own where it's gonna go.
No.
You might not like it, and nobody might like things, but that doesn't give you the right to then start doing petitions to get it refilmed, reshot, rewritten. Because, hate to break it to you, just because it worked with Sonic the Hedgehog, it's not going to work with anything else, maybe.
Which then, worked with Sonic the Hedgehog, and the company that was hired to do the animation was told they had to fix it. They fixed it, and then they were let go, and the company was liquidated within
they went out of business.
Of a month.
Yep.
Because they were forced by public pressure to do a quick turnaround or something.
Yep.
That being said, I think obviously if you're upset with a product that you've purchased, or if it is something that you enjoy, you think is being mishandled, by all means voice displeasure with that. Because it is the right of the consumer to say, I don't like this, I do like this, do better. Fair enough. Don't threaten the life of another person.
No.
And just like, the other thing is, it would be perfectly fine if you were going on social media. Not anything they said, but what I'm meaning is, if you went on social media and atted the voice actress and went, how dare you say those words, I am so upset. Like, even something like that, where you're just like, this game has touched me to the point that I'm upset by what you did in a fictional world. That's different, right? And is way more acceptable than being like, I think you should die because of this. Totally.
Hart has made a good point.
Yeah.
Sorry, there you go.
I was going to say the same thing.
If you want to control the story, write your own, and that's like an amazing point, because if you don't like something, like either like sack up and like just to, like enjoy it, or find something else.
Yeah, it's like
and
if
then
it doesn't personally hurt, like physically hurt you or physically hurt anyone else, then and you can ignore it and you can get on with your life and pretend that it isn't there and it's not physically hurting anyone, then why are you threatening other people over it? Why are
Yeah.
you threatening death on people and their kids for a fictitious character? It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, and especially on the like control the story, write your own, and then find out that you're not a great writer and that nobody wants to buy your story. Sorry.
Or don't like it, write your own, and you get to become the next 50 Shades of Grey.
Or you find out that you're really, really sexist and maybe just a bit racist and no one really wants to play your game either.
At first, I thought you were going after J.K. Rowling there.
Oh, sorry, I will add, or you're sexist, or racist, or transphobic.
Control the story, write your own, and then have people tell you that they want to kill you because you wrote it wrong.
And so make petitions to make you rewrite it.
Yeah.
Or all the well-adjusted people that
you are allowed to not like games. I want to put this out there. You are allowed to not like media. You're allowed to maybe not like how the story went. But for some reason, The Last of Us, you have people who absolutely adore the story. It is life-changing for them. It's amazing. And then you have people who want to burn the world down because of it. And I don't think I've ever... so far, I haven't seen an opinion that's kind of...
in the middle.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Yet to see that, and I don't know why.
It's because people that have that opinion are never going to be like posting on social media to be like,
well, that's the thing.
Is all right. Everyone is either like...
No, you need to have an extreme opinion. Yeah. It needs to be...
If you have an extreme opinion, you're more likely to put that out there because it is extreme. But if you just feel, it's all right.
I know. It's like Jordan said, the YouTube reactionaries that stoke the flames of the outrage are just as much to blame. Full hate on games gets so many clicks, it's sickening. And that's like, I think that's just the way that the internet works in terms of how people react to things. Is when you're hating on something, people tend to get absorbed into the negative of things, and that gets the clicks, and it's really horrendous. When stuff like nice stuff, good news stuff, things that we should be celebrating about the world are pushed out of the way because someone did something bad in something, or someone's threatened somebody and something. You just stop threatening people and stop being mean to other people and just be good. That's the basis of it.
Yeah, because it's been a weird thing of not only that these things have all started, these hate things, but then there's also this idea that anyone who wasn't giving hate to the game, like anyone that was playing the game going, I'm quite liking it, or Twitch streaming it and saying that they enjoyed it, they were then being that they were like corporate shills, that they were getting paid to do it. To which point they were just like, I'm sorry, people are getting paid to do this?
Funnily enough, getting called those things by the same people who are hating on the game, actually.
So you're just... It's a bizarre world, and well, I say it's a bizarre world. Bizarre people, my god, please stop.
Because Jordan got a pre-release copy of the game to review. I saw your post on Facebook, Jordan, a couple of days, or was it 3 or 4 days before release, or even a week actually might have been. And he's like, "Oh, I wish I got paid to review it." Yeah, that's fair. You didn't. I just have the guy who was mouthing off on social media about an MMA fighter saying he was crap, etc. And the MMA fighter replied with, "Why don't you say it to my face?" The guy replied with, "No thanks, because you'd beat me to death. That's why I said it online." Yeah.
And then the MMA fighter just goes, "That's fair."
The internet just gives these people a place to say stuff because they think they're not going to get any repercussions because of it. I will
say, with this particular instance, well, I don't know what exactly you were saying, but if you're literally just saying such and such athlete is bad at what they're doing, right? You're allowed to say that if they are losing all of the time.
Yeah, so that wasn't so. Their argument was, sorry, just so you have context for it. What they're saying to the guy is that I think he's semi-retired or something like that. He was saying that you were a better announcer than you are in ring, so just stick to announcing.
Okay.
And then the guy went, and then he went, no, could you batter me? And he went, oh, that's fair. So that was kind of what was going on.
But that's how these interact. That's a way better version of how these interactions should go. Where you say you're better at this thing than that thing. Do that thing. Yeah, but I'd kill you. Yes, you would. But you're still better at this thing than the other thing. Just because I'm not good at either of them doesn't mean I can't say, yeah, but you're clearly better at this one.
Okay.
Sorry,
Jordan?
the last thing I was the idea that reviewers are paid off, saying the fact that there's been zero proof of paid reviews in decades of the industry isn't enough, apparently. And also, it's illegal to not say that it's a sponsored ad or it's a sponsored anything. If you don't say that, that's you being dishonest, and it's illegal. So people wouldn't be putting their own businesses at risk or their own brand at risk,
reputation,
purely to go. Exactly. By the way, this game's good. Listen, is it?
Like you're wielding a fork.
It's like a tiny Poseidon. Right.
So mukbang.
No, she's doing it off screen. It's fine. Right. So I'm going to move on. Last piece of gaming news for the night. Before we do our 3 pieces quickly before we have to rush off. So there was a leak earlier today. Michelle caught it. Sent it to me. Popped it on our Twitter as well. What?
I thought you were going to say in the
she caught the leak.
I was thinking Cloudy Chance for Meatballs 2. I went
just chasing after. Michelle should just come waving through the door with a leak in her hand. Except she doesn't
like another one at the shop.
It's like they call a leak and then just launches it at your head.
No. So there was a lovely little video game news leak. I'll be more specific about it. There you go. And it came from Game Watch Impress in Japan, where the guys from Sega Toys accidentally announced that they are going to be releasing an Astro City mini arcade cabinet.
Which, adorable little thing, isn't it?
Yes, which looks like this. How amazing is this? I've been meaning to send this to the guys at Super Barrio around the corner from us, good friends of ours. Super Barrio have 3, I think they actually have 4, but the 4th one they keep in storage. But they have 3 of these bad boys, full-size, original ones, in their bar, which you can check out at Super Barrio. Just Google
Super Barrio's ownership is a bit busy at the moment.
Yeah, they're a bit busy with Minted. I saw the Minted thing.
I walked past it, and I thought the same thing everyone else did. I was like, oh, they've moved. That's cool.
So this is the Astro City Cab. It's not officially launched yet, but it looks to have HDMI out. I think the 2 USBs on the back that you can see on screen are going to be for external for controllers, so you can plug in your own personal USB controllers instead of having to use the stick and button configuration on the front. Supposedly it's going to launch with I think it's 30 to 36 games. You're going to double check that. 36 I think was the number.
36 I think said, yeah.
Yeah, 36 games. The list of which the full list hasn't been confirmed yet, but it will include Alien Syndrome, Alien Storm, Golden Axe 1, Golden Axe Revenge of Death Adder, Columns 2, Dark Edge, Ishiden R, Virtua Fighter, Fantasy Zone, and Altered Beast. So those are a few of them. There's some pretty big hitters in there. I think 2 of them, Golden Axe Revenge of Death Adder and Dark Edge, have never been released, never had a home release. They've always been on arcade only. So that'll be the first time that people will be able to play those games on their own televisions. Which is pretty cool.
So this is the miniature version?
It's a miniature version, yep.
Buttons must be huge on the full-sized one.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's just I'll be honest with you.
What's Totana saying? Don't do this, Andy. Why? What? Leak? What? Am I late to that?
It was the leak.
It was the leak.
No, I said, don't do this too, Andy. I don't know if we were joking about a leak in the shop again.
Oh, okay. Time to ditch the Game Gear and just concentrate on this bit. But yeah, I want one of these. Michelle, the unconfirmed pricing at the moment is $119 US.
So please,
I'll be honest, it's
still want one.
It's awkward to play.
I don't know. I think it's nice. It's got HDMI out, so you can hook up to your telly, and it's just a little. Can't be as wad as the little tiny miniature Space Invader arcade machines.
No, it can't be as wad
as it. WAD. Shut up! I got WASD. Okay, WAS.
What?
Oh, he said, don't do this to us, Andy. As well.
To us. Okay, sorry. But yeah, Astro City. Not officially announced yet, but that's really, really cool. I sent it to John instantly. He will buy one. I know he will. I really want one as well. And I think instead of, are you okay, Nadia? Did that go down your top? No.
No. I think so.
No. No, not there. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully see an official release of that later this year, and I'll probably side with getting that instead of a Game Gear. Because I wasn't a big Game Gear fan in the first place anyway.
You don't have tiny hands.
And I don't have. Yeah, exactly. I have to play it with my pinkies. I'm like, perfect.
Better light, it's just not happening.
Okay, so that's all the gaming news I have for this week.
Gaming news.
I think I'm just going to double check through my. Yeah, that's all the
Best
gaming news
of
I have for this week. So I forgot to do the other thing. No, that's fine. Cool, awesome. Great. So, guys, let's move on. We're running out of time. So we're going to do
say goodbye.
Why? So yeah, we're gonna do our 3 personal pieces. That sounds wrong as well.
We're gonna do our personal ads. Single and ready to mingle.
Fun stream,
R-CADE.
guys. Thank you. So no, we're now gonna move on and do, if I can find the bloody picture.
No worries, Silly Soup.
Oh, thank you, Silly Soup. Thank you so much.
Andy's searching this picture.
That's true.
Are we doing Rush Mountmore first?
We're gonna go with Rush Mountmore.
Because you are the best.
Welcome to Rush Mountmore. If you're unfamiliar with it, this is where we, instead of celebrating 4 dead white men that ruined a country, we instead talk about things we like for 30 seconds at a time.
Woo!
That's right. Everyone comes with a topic for somebody else. They get given 30 seconds, and they have to name their top 4 in that particular subject in any particular order within the time frame. I think we still have a batting average of about 50% actually going all the way through. Last week I had a mare, and I only named 2 out of 4, which is the worst anyone has done. Actually, I named none.
You named 0.
All right, that's the worst someone has done.
I thought you named 1. Oh no,
No,
you
we didn't.
refused to admit Space Jam was a comedy.
Yeah, it's an action romp. So this is the week. This is the.
Pretty sure you said it was a rom-com.
Andrew, who have you got?
I've got Nadia.
Needs.
So yeah, I've got Nadia this week. There it is, Mount Rushmore. Boom. Okay, it came up on the screen. That's all I needed. I just wanted to get it up on the screen really quick.
If you're also watching this, you should go and sign the petition to get rid of Mount Rushmore, especially given that all the Native American protesters that are there are currently being physically removed by police officers and being told they're not allowed to protest. So go and talk about that on the internet.
Lovely.
We're a much better version of
On their land that was stolen from them.
This is true.
Okay,
Also,
so
in Indigenous news, a 1,000-year-old Indigenous site in Australia is about to be blown up to make way for a mine.
a
Go
mime.
and help with that one as well. Not a mine.
Not mine.
Sorry.
He's
He's trapped in the box. They don't know really how to get him out. It's
because
This is a serious issue, guys. And you're just like, oh, there's a mime trapped in a box.
right. So Nadia, you've got 30 seconds to name your 4 favorite mimes. Go. No.
Have we got 30 seconds on the clock, Sam?
I do have 30 seconds on my clock.
Okay. Nadia, your Rush Mountmore for this week is name your top 4 melee weapons in a zombie apocalypse.
Samurai sword, chainsaw, does that count? Hammer, good old hammer, and nail gun.
Nope, not a melee.
No, that's a projectile.
That's a projectile weapon.
It doesn't count.
Bash with a nail gun.
Baseball bat, good old baseball bat.
Baseball bat. That's
you
good.
could just bash them in the face
Talk
with the
through
nail
this.
gun.
So samurai sword, duh, cool, slash them.
Duh.
It
Chainsaw,
does slashing damage.
that's slash damage. Chainsaw, grisly as, but you know it's definitely going to mush up brains.
Would chainsaw be classed as melee? I guess so.
No.
I would
The
never
samurai
pick samurai sword because I don't know how to use it properly.
Well,
I'm not trained.
it's a choppy thing.
Shotgun will allow me to
Like,
wrench. But I
Wrench.
Or-
Say
If
wrench.
you don't swing
yeah.
them the right way, they don't
Yeah,
work
but
like
what's
they
the
should.
definition, right? Yeah, you also imply that I know how.
Yeah, but like,
I missed
did
all
get
of that.
asked
come on,
if I
I missed
knew
it as
how
well,
to
but I
use
assume
them.
it was I don't know how to smack someone with a bat, but I'm sure you know.
You went silent at this bit, whatever this
Yes.
movement was.
Me and moving my hair. My face was like, I don't
Oh,
actually know how to use it. Also
Like,
asked if I
oh,
knew.
yeah.
Do I have to use things? Damn it!
Nadia, who have you got this week?
Wait,
Two, I think.
Heartless and 3 crowbars. Why didn't you say crowbar? Crowbar lets you open doors and kill zombies. Most
There's no
acceptable
crowbars
answer.
in the UK.
Listen,
I'm just gonna add Heartless in 3 and let you guys know his name's Ryan and he's a cutie that I know.
Ryan the cutie.
Oh,
He says you guys are really woke and he loves you all.
Oh, thank you. I did woke
I got
today.
the
I woke
kitty.
well.
My problem is, Rush Mountmore, you try and panic think of 4 things. Honestly, you're
There,
useless,
Totana,
apparently.
Totana just did it. Totana just did it. Machete, hatchet, crossbar, crossbar, crowbar, and
You can think-
sledgehammer.
Yeah, that isn't in 30
He
seconds.
did have
so was
time
it?
though, yeah. So.
I'd like to use a hacksaw Jim Duggan and just swing him around.
Okay,
All right,
my
who's next?
person is Sam.
It's
I think.
me.
It was
Yeah.
you, wasn't it? Can someone time?
Oh yeah, sorry, I
Someone
got
to
it.
me.
Someone
I'm
me.
glad that someone thinks it's good I'm woke. Someone else
Here we go.
called me bad words for being woke.
Are we ready?
Jingle bell. So my top 4 is your top 4 is sweet snacks, please.
Sweet snacks. Oh dear. I did buy a bunch. Number 1, in no particular order, is the Maltesers Buttons mint flavor. I find they are delicate to the taste. I've also been having a lot of taro bubble tea. It's very good. I'll say fish food Ben and Jerry's ice cream because I feel like it's got a weird reputation. And the Oreo ice cream sandwich. I hate that they have now covered it in chocolate and put it on a stick. Please sign my petition.
Time,
Is it on
beautiful.
a stick through the middle?
We've
or
talked
like
about this
through the
before.
We
middle?
talked about this last week.
Put it in the ice cream because they think that you can't hold something that's made of chocolate because it would melt. Idiots.
I did like the glasses push up.
It looks like this.
You're
I can't-
channeling
Feel
Leva
very
Bates
much.
there.
It looks like this.
Leva
It's
Bates
like
mixed with Porky the Pig.
I
stick with spin to it.
I
There.
do have to agree with Sam about the fish food. It is.
I feel like a lot of people like it, but the people who want to talk about their favourite ice cream flavours will always say it's the worst one.
I'm not that big on ice cream that's got 20 different textures in it, I'll be honest with you.
Do you know why it's got 20 different textures in it? Have you
To
been
annoy
told
me?
this fact?
Because 21 was too much.
So one of the creators, Ben and or Jerry, not only were they arrested several times for protest, not only is their ice cream really expensive because it is used to fund programs that help people who have just got out of prison, i.e. hiring them, and not only all those things, but one of the creators has like limited sense of taste, so most of his enjoyment from food comes from textures. So he wanted to
He's
make
the opposite of me. Oh, Sam froze.
Sam has frozen just like
He's back. He's back.
He's back. He's
He
okay.
wanted to make
back.
textured ice cream so he could enjoy his own product. I ended the sentence.
Nice, awesome. Thank you for that. Who was next? Who had whom?
Lois, who have you got?
I have Andrew.
Oh,
Yes.
what a surprise! Okay.
Andrew, if you
Yes, sir.
could please give me your top 4 or your Rush Mountmore of video game characters from the 90s.
90s.
Oh, what?
Okay.
90s.
For me, Squall Lionheart from Final Fantasy VIII. What?
Wow.
Okay.
Oh,
Hubba Bubba.
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to go with
Huckleberry Finn.
Parappa the Rapper from Parappa the Rapper. Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. And
Oh,
finally, Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, just cuts it.
Clutch.
Just cut the cheese. Good job.
I was going to go Raiden from Metal Gear Solid, but I went Solid instead.
Someone would need to check if all of those did come in. I
They
don't know.
did.
Okay.
My PlayStation 1.
Why do you say that so disappointed?
I thought I was eating a chip. I don't know why. That was the attitude.
Because I think that's the first. I think that's the first time I've got all 4. That's why she's disappointed. It's like, damn it, we didn't get him this time.
Right, Lewis, I have you this week.
Okay.
So, there are comedians that do stand-up.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about them. I want you to
Sit
give me
down comedians.
your Mount Rushmore of comedy actors.
Comedy actors. Will Ferrell, for one. John C. Reilly for another.
John Cena.
John C. Yes.
He was in Fred.
Jim Carrey.
Okay.
For his amazing The Mask and Ace Ventura, etc.
And you're thinking you're forgetting the most important one.
Steve Carell.
No,
Oh, yes.
no, the greatest comedy actor of all time is Robin Williams. How dare you? How dare you?
A lot of his stuff makes me sad, so I think of his more.
My brain's struggling to remember who Steve Carell is.
The Office.
Does that ring a bell?
You mean the guy from Dinner for Schmucks?
Yeah.
And then
Good movie, man. Really good movie.
40-year-old.
Yay, Tony can't spell phenomenal either.
Something like a phenomenon.
It's an E instead of an I, Tony. I learned this the other day.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's a
Men. It's got men. It's got men in it.
Phenomenon.
Well, it's got men. It's got men in it.
What did you say? It was an I instead of an E? No way.
He said it was an E. Yeah, he said it was an E.
I might be
instead of an
dyslexic,
I.
but that looks wrong.
No, it's an E instead of an I. So the min is a men.
Phenomenal, and then phenomenon. Yes, it makes sense. I've spelled it.
There we go.
Phenomenon.
There,
I've
phenomenal.
got the best lighting in this room. It's really bad, and my ring light ran out of battery.
It helps with the spooky aesthetic.
Speaking of the phenom, no. Right, that was our last rush. I can come down now.
Yeah, that was our last
It
rush.
was a big time rush.
What a rush.
Which means that it's time to move on to
Whatever.
the return of the thing.
So I don't know. This has always been a bit of a hit and miss, but Return of the Thing is just where why is it like black bar across the screen?
It's gone now. I fixed it. Don't worry.
Okay. It's like, what are you censoring?
Sam's hair.
Return of the Thing is our returning section on the put our R-CADE staff in a situation. We see how we deal with it. The situation can be from TV, film, games.
I'm so upset. Sorry. I'm sorry.
So, everyone, you've been given the chance to make a ride at Disney World.
Oh.
What Disney film do you base it on?
Oh.
And what is the ride?
Okay.
Just what is the ride? I was gonna choose that one roller coaster that was designed to kill people.
What? That's on roller coaster tycoon.
And what is the
No.
ride? So, film and ride.
I know. I need to think of what film can tie in.
Ooh.
Sure. I was going to go first, but Nadia is ready.
You go. No, you go.
Nadia is ready.
Ladies first, of course. I will do. I would pick the Atlantis films.
Oh.
And the ride would be like a submerging tunnel, and you would go like past all the stuff, and then it would have like the voices of the characters, and it would be like you're in the film. Yeah, I just really like that. I really like that film trilogy.
Lewis,
Yes.
I hate you.
I hate you.
I hate you.
Idea.
That means you should love me. We're so similar.
I was like, that's going to be Atlantis, and it's going to be, well, basically mine would be the idea when, you know, the whole, when they're trying to get under the water bit, and the Leviathans try to kill them, like that.
Yeah, okay. I was just thinking like the whole film. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Does anyone else have one now that's stolen Marius?
So does that specifically have to be a Disney movie? That was my question.
Yes.
Disney
No,
Has to be-
and then you describe.
No,
No, because
don't do this to me.
Disney own anything.
I'm
Sorry,
looking
Disney own everything
They own
and could
most things. Yes,
could
that's why
potentially
I-
own anything. They can
Yeah,
buy
okay.
anything they want.
So I will now also
I
say
found a
Marvel
handy
Comics.
infographic in the shape of a mouse.
Marvel Comics have bought over the rights for Alien and Predator comics, so technically, if Marvel
Ah,
Comics is owned
it's-
by Disney,
Oh,
you
this
can
is the
technically
Disney
have one
princess
that's
thing.
right.
right. So this is the princess. This was rumored to be happening months and months ago, and they said, "Oh, if this actually goes through, then the alien from Alien will then be the coolest Disney princess ever."
Really
So yeah.
She is a queen.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say she's a queen.
Don't snap your fingers at me, young lady.
Right, is right on it as well. Queen.
Yeah, so I choose Alien. Strange Game Society, yeah, bang on with that as well. Thanks for pointing that out, Liz. Totana says Black Panther, welcome to the Wakanda roller coaster. I would call it the Wakanda coaster, if anything. That sounds much better. A roller coaster in a similar vein to the Rock and Roller Coaster, but with the Wakandan scenery and the Black Panther soundtrack.
Wait, Andy, what was your idea? Other than just Alien?
I don't have an idea. I was just wanting to double check while I was thinking of an idea.
I was
What about like it's like
Googled-
dripping ass blood on you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Sam.
I googled
Or
the most
hydrochloric.
random movies that Disney owns the rights to, and it just gave me all the things they own, which I couldn't. It wouldn't zoom in enough. So I then thought, let's go with something that's so niche, only I would know about it.
Uh-oh.
So, you're going to be on a roller coaster that is similar to what Lewis said about his Atlantis one, where it takes you through the life and times of the show, the movie, the lifestyle, the memory. What did they used to say on Disney DVDs?
The Thing.
No, like it used to be like the cinematic event of the year. Something you will never want to, something like that. Anyway,
And it was always Fantasia. It was advertised for some reason.
2000,
yeah,
Fantasia 2000. Yeah.
it's going to be the hit straight to Disney TV Full Court Miracle, in which an ex-professional basketball player who is from Harlem ends up getting a job as the school coach at a Jewish high school, joins a family for Hanukkah, gets fired, lives in his truck because he's just trying to make money for his family, gets rehired at the school, and the little Jewish boy scores a shot to win them the championship. So the ride's just going to go through these various scenes, and at the very end, the ride's going to go up and come down through an orange ring, and that's going to be you. You are the winning shot of the film, and then you're going to end at the adorable scene of all playing basketball in the back alley. That's Full Court Miracle is my choice. You all have to wear yarmulkes as you take it.
I think my favorite part about that ride is when we get to be part of the dinner. Like
You're in
The
you just see it.
the
It's like
Hanukkah dinner, like we like slice through the table and we're like,
Silly Soup, go enjoy World of Warcraft. So
care.
have fun. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for coming in, Redando. And thank you for the sub as well. Have fun. Enjoy. Get a snack. Enjoy. Be good. Hope much loot. Yeah. I have one now. I've thought of a ride.
Is it
Okay.
the sequel to Full Court Miracle?
Yeah, no, it's a sequel to the
Not
sequel.
Court.
Actually, it's a prequel to Full Court Miracle. No, where they build the court. No.
If you build it.
No, I would like the next Disney ride to be
Fund the arts.
an educational one, teaching kids about how racist all the movies from the 30s and 40s for Disney that Disney put out were. So there'll be like a Song of the South section, and then there'll be a bit with like Dumbo and the Crows
Isn't
and
that just, it's a small world after all, because it's
that.
not.
Oh wait, that already exists. Yes, you're right.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Is a
Yeah.
small world after all racist?
Yeah, it's based on a
Yeah.
movie, apparently.
It's all about child labor.
So it's based on something that isn't. I think it was something that was a bit
Yep.
not okay. I remember seeing about and the other ride they're replacing and turning it into a Tiana ride as well.
All right.
Yep.
It was a log flume that was apparently based on
it was the one that's based on what Andy's just referenced, Song of the South.
Song of the South. Yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently there's a few hidden racist points throughout Disney.
What's the song?
Quite
What
a
is
few.
the song from Song of the South? The really famous one. It isn't
What?
What a Beautiful Morning. What is the song?
No. It's I used to sing it all the time before
I've not seen the
when I was
movie.
when I
know
was.
this song.
Has anybody seen Song of the South? By the by, I'm the only one.
Burned it to the ground.
Yeah, I'm the only one that's seen it then, because I used to sing the song all the time. When I was a kid, because I was innocent and didn't know all the racial stereotyping and slurs that were in it. Oh God, what was the song that was in it?
Strange Game Society. What's the song?
Wait, which one was? Because I can't remember if it was Dumbo or that one that had the something.
Zippity doo dah. That's it. Zippity doo dah. Zippity.
Oh.
Oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine coming my way. Zippity doo dah. Zippity. Yeah, that one.
Had the,
thanks to Tana.
No, Dumbo also had the
crows.
Rastabouts or something.
Yeah,
in the
it was the crows.
Rasta Mouse.
No.
Isn't yet owned by
Nobody is
Disney.
ever referring to Rastabouts.
I didn't even see the show, but I can't believe it exists.
Emily, yeah, you've only heard that song in compilations before a Disney film starts because racism.
To the surprise of everyone, apparently Walt Disney, big
racist.
And by
Yeah.
surprise of everyone, I mean surprise of pretty much no one.
You wanted to reincarnate Eva Braun.
Oh yeah, you wanted to be frozen, cryogenically frozen. It was weird. Right, final piece. Moving on, getting away from this.
Go.
What?
Nadia didn't go.
Did she not? Did Nadia? You stole Nadia's.
Oh, I stole hers. But like...
And then I came up with a better version of it. Moving on.
Yeah.
I introduced Deanne to the Wombles this week, and then had to introduce her to the Singing Wombles, which was a far.
You know the Wombles?
Does she know the singing kettle?
I don't know.
I love the singing kettle, man.
Do you know what the Singing Kettle is?
Right, we're running out of time.
Also, are you surprised that people being Sam's age know what the Wombles are?
Because you don't know what Song of the South, or you haven't seen Song of the South?
Andy, we've talked a number of times about how I grew up on weird cartoons.
Yeah,
one
I
of
will
which
also
I'm
add,
recommending right now.
Song of the South, America-based. Wombles, Wimbledon. So it's much more locally applicable here.
Yeah,
fair,
and they
that's fair.
Womble free.
I grew up with a
With
cartoon.
Albania.
I grew up with a cartoon called The Cossacks, which I think Do you remember Cossacks?
I'm googling this now because I recognize the name.
It's three guys. They're slightly different shapes, and they go around traveling around.
Terrifying.
Anyway, last piece for tonight because we're running out of time. It's almost time for Eat or Neat. Is of course True Lies. It's time for True Lies, ladies and gentlemen. So I've asked each of us to prepare 3 facts about ourselves, 2 of which are absolutely untrue, and 1 of which is correct. And we all have to try and guess which one is the truth. So, I pick Lewis to go first this time. Lewis, what is your true lies for this week, please?
Okay, so my 3 true lies are: I'm 4 degrees of separation from Bin Laden.
Okay.
Number 2, I met Brad Pitt while he was filming World War Z.
Okay.
And number 3, I've seen every episode of New Girl at least twice.
Nice.
What is this?
I feel like the New Girl one is Megan influenced.
I don't.
It's really good, girl.
What?
So did Chanel, man. Like,
I've seen New Girl all the way through twice.
Yo,
What
I
did
can
you
never
reference
believe
it?
what age she is when anyone ever tells me.
She's like 40 something. She's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. She old now. She old.
What, she don't look it?
No, not at all.
New Girl
ooh.
or like Old Girl.
Okay, he's never watched that show.
I have actually.
Just not twice.
then you will know the reference chutney. Although we can't use any hair chutney right now, so
Right. The 4 degrees from Bin Laden, I feel like we've talked about before.
That's been mentioned.
That has come up in
that has
some.
also the World War Z thing, but I think he was talking to me about that because Lewis was security or something like security to do with the filming of World War Z in the city centre.
He wouldn't have been because of when World War Z came.
Oh no,
out,
wait, age wise, no, he might have been too young. Oh, interesting.
Unless you're guarding Tom Cruise at 13, you'd probably have been taller than him.
It was Brad Pitt, not
in
Tom
that film.
Cruise.
He might have been.
Oh no, Sean, no.
Actually, it's not related to. It's degrees of separation. So
he knows someone. Yeah.
I will say that, like,
I'm related to Bin Laden.
this game will teach me anything. It's about the fact that because me and Lewis never worked the same shift, I've not heard half it.
Whenever you said yours last week, I was like,
No, yeah, who knows?
I didn't even know an idea I liked horses. So I was like,
okay.
I think he would have been too young to be security for.
Yeah,
World
but
War
he
Z.
didn't say. He just said he met him, right? He just said he met
but
Tom
the
Cruise.
security thing, he would have been too young for that.
This is true.
But that's Andy's influence on that. It's not.
Yes.
He didn't
What?
say
Well,
anything.
wait. When was World War Z really filmed in Glasgow? What year was that? 20...
I would have been about 20 at the time. It was a few years ago.
2013,
Because I'm still
2014,
friends
you
with
thinking?
people I wasn't particularly friends with anymore.
2013ish then, maybe.
Maybe I could be completely wrong. I don't know the concept of time.
Regardless,
Okay.
he could have still met him. Could have still met him.
But what was the fact was
You just met him when he was filming.
you met him when he was filming.
I met Brad Pitt when he was filming.
I feel like he's told me something like this before. I feel like
Yeah, but he's mentioned Bin Laden in conversation before, and that's not normal behavior.
every 5 minutes it's Bin Laden with you.
His name is an acronym for Throw the Man in Sea.
Right, it was like 7 years ago.
I'm saying World War Z. I've decided what but if you guys feel it's something else and you outvote me, then I'll go with you.
I'll say World War Z.
I'm outvoted regardless of World War Z.
What were you thinking? Well, wait. What was Sam's?
I would have gone Bin Laden.
You thinking Bin Laden?
Yeah, but we're going World War Z.
I mean, you would be right, Sam.
Oh!
4 degrees away from Bin Laden, the Bin Laden family.
Damn it.
Because he's mentioned it before, and I got all 3 right last week.
My mum knew. Well, my mum used to volunteer in a hospital. Then she was like a patient. Was a contractor who used to work
He has
for
mentioned
Bin
this
Laden's
before.
cousin.
You have mentioned this before.
And
I
then,
remember now. Damn it.
And
Damn it.
as for the
Damn
Brad
it.
Pitt, I didn't meet Brad Pitt, but he did wave at my mum on the set of World War Z at a Farm Foods. Well, what is now a Farm Foods, but was then just a closed shopping market place. And then I have seen episodes of New Girl, but not every episode.
Nice.
Or twice.
Definitely not twice.
Definitely not twice.
Was
Okay.
that right?
Okay, Nadia, you hit us with your 3. What have you got?
Number 1, I am related to a famous politician. Number 2, I'm related to a famous criminal.
Oh.
Number 3, I'm related to a famous actor.
These are all very vague.
That's very, very vague.
All be the same person.
they're all Kanye West. All right. So, what were the 3? Politician,
Criminal.
and actor. Okay.
Yeah, aren't criminal and politician
I say I've been
mutually exclusive?
legally tried. Sorry, not trialed.
Oh, I've moved everything.
Again, I've never worked with Nadia, so she's never told me any of these stories.
We've spent the last 3 months on the internet together.
Stories.
It's not like, oh, by the way, degrees of Bin Ladenness or like
Wait.
degrees of criminality.
Oh my gosh, are you trying to spell Schwarzenegger, but you got it wrong?
He wasn't going
He wasn't going to attempt it just in case it's a dangerous one.
I like that he went, no, it can't be a British politician she's related to. It's got to be, well, not even an American politician, an Austrian man.
All right, I'm going to go with whatever Sam says because he's really good at this game. So, Sam, go. Answer.
Tony, you stay quiet. You actually know this one.
I'm not looking at the chat because whatever Tony said.
No, he's not. He just said,
He's just saying he's going to stay quiet. That's all. He didn't say anything else.
I'm going to say criminal.
Okay.
I'm going to say politician.
But I was going with me, so we're going criminal.
Criminal.
Okay.
In totality. So as a group, it's criminal. But
politician is a criminal. I think it's politician.
The actor.
Oh! Who?
Actor who?
Tommy Flanagan.
Tommy Flanagan.
He's in Sons of Anarchy. He is my granddad's cousin's son. I've met his mum.
Nice. Is that your second cousin then?
Nice.
I can't remember how all that works.
See, I was going to say...
Third cousin. Second cousin is your parents' cousin's kids.
Yeah, because I can't remember, because there's remove, and it's depending on where the grandparent falls and where everything else falls.
Sure.
Yes, Sean, I am, in fact.
Well, we all suck.
So I was thinking about the actor one, but then I was like...
He doesn't know me, I just know that I believed him.
I was like, Tony would have got that job, man. Like, Tony would have been like, right in there.
The thing is, I think I've actually said this to... at the shop once, and obviously, clearly no one listens to me when I speak.
Oh,
it has come up right after you've said what he was in. I remember you mentioning it, but
I mean, really, Nadia, it's just because you're usually like super loud, so like our ears are deafened, and then you say it, and then we're like,
that kind of just quiets down background noise is me.
All right, Andy,
no, I'm going to give it to you, Sam. I'll go last. You can go next, Sam. What you got?
Last week, all of mine were themed around t-shirts. This week is all themed around my family. So I've got 3 truths. Here we go. My dad's side of the family used to own a newspaper company. My great-great-uncle was in charge of financing for Bars, the drinks company, which was ironic because he's allergic to Iron Brew. And one of the reasons I'm into wrestling is my aunt was the first women's champion of a Fife-based wrestling promotion.
Sam annoys me because he always puts detail into everything.
Yeah.
You could just end with Sam annoys me. I think most people would.
Yeah, me and Sam take very different approaches to this. I give no details at all and all the details.
I want to give you make you think. How interesting am I as a person?
Wait a minute. Okay, no, go through all those again and say them just like you said them.
Okay, my dad's side of the family used to own a newspaper company. My great-great-uncle was in charge of financing for Bars, the drinks company, which was ironic because he's allergic to Iron Brew. And one of the reasons I'm so into wrestling is my aunt was the first women's champion for a Fife-based wrestling promotion.
Okay, so the least detailed thing there is the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the newspaper company.
The first one that Nadia just said isn't right because there's not enough
detail.
No, I'm saying that you've put more detail in the other 2 than you have in the first one.
Okay.
So I think you put more detail into the lies, so I'm going to choose the.
Or it's a double bluff, and he's just basically not realised that there's that much detail he could put into the first one. So
still.
I'm going with you guys. Honestly, I felt like it was his dad being his dad and bars drinks, but
great-great-uncle. Sorry, Andy.
Oh, was it? Sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dad was the newspaper.
Your dad's allergic to Iron Brew? You said no. Uncle, what? Who?
Where were you 5 minutes ago?
I'm prepping for year, Neat. Leave me alone.
All right, what are you saying? We've got 5 minutes.
I'm going to say the newspaper.
Newspaper.
Okay. Lewis, in agreement?
Newspaper, yeah.
It was, in fact, the newspaper. I decided not to give you as much detail because I didn't want to go super specific. My family used to own a conglomerate which represents the Cumbernauld News, Kilsyth Chronicle, and something else. But it was basically just the same newspaper printed with different names at the top. Apparently, this was before my dad was even born. They ended up selling it. The one about bars is partially true. Diabetes skips a generation. I'm type 1 diabetic. The last person in my family to have it was my dad's uncle, or my dad's great uncle, who was the finance director for bars. So he wasn't allergic to Iron Brew, but at that time there was no diet option, but he was in charge of their finances. And then the last one is just a lie.
It's just a lie.
But you wish it was true.
Yeah.
I want there to be Fife-based wrestling promotions in the world.
Right. Truth or lies? John says he's running a couple of minutes late anyway, but we're also running a couple of minutes late. So my 3 facts for you guys are this. Number 1, I have completed every single Final Fantasy game released for the PlayStation 1. Number 2, Mark Hoppus from Blink-182 retweeted a tweet I made about their Glasgow gig in 2010. And number 3, the first mobile phone I ever had was a Nokia 3210.
I'm gonna say it's the tweet.
These ones are dumb because they're like, I found a piece of lint in my pocket yesterday. Like, somebody retweeted me. Like, okay, I'm gonna go with it.
What?
Even I didn't know where you were going with that one, Lewis. I'll be honest.
I think they're just. I think these are like such small lies.
Lewis has gone for a twist. He thinks they're all lies.
As we all tell lies differently.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the retweet. I feel like
That's too simple.
That's something that could have happened.
Do you want them again, just in case?
No, I remember them all.
Okay.
Final Fantasy.
We did every Final Fantasy for the PS1, which if
Every
you've
Final
not said PS1, I thought might be a lie, based on the fact that I
Really?
don't think you've completed the remake yet.
was
The
gonna
second
say
one was the Mark Hoppus, the lead of
No.
Blink-182.
Wait. No, the PlayStation 1, specifically the ones released on PlayStation 1.
I'm aware. I said that if you hadn't said that, I would have been convinced that was the lie.
Okay.
Second one is Mark Hoppus retweeted one of your tweets after you talked about their Glasgow gig in 2010. And the third one...
You've completely forgotten.
I was trying to pretend I was frozen, so you give me time to remember.
The third one is the 3210 mobile.
Yes, the
That
first
one,
first mobile phone I ever had was a Nokia 3210.
Do you know why I don't remember that one? Because while you were saying it, I really wanted you instead to say LG chocolate. But
No, I'm from way back in the day, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say LG chocolate was when I was a teenager, like early. So I'm going to say the tweet.
I'm unsure as to A, if Twitter was around in 2010. B, if
Was Twitter a thing?
So, Twitter's been around for a while.
I don't know. I don't use Twitter particularly.
Right, can I add, and this might surprise you, Facebook was also around then. I left high school in 2011.
Yeah, I started
like,
high school in 2010.
I'm aware that things like
so I had Twitter, and I'm pretty sure, unless I've had a breakdown at some point in my life, Facebook and Twitter, all that stuff was a thing in 2000.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying I genuinely don't know, because I know there's obviously new social medias come out all the time. I know that Facebook is not the oldest one, etc. There's ones that have come and gone. Just was a question. Just check the validity. So what's the 3210?
It's a mobile phone. It's a Nokia. It had Snake on it. Well, actually, no. The 30. Did the 3210 have? Was it the 3310 that I got later on that had Snake? I can't remember. One of them had Snake on it. It was either the 3210 or the 3310.
That's the truth.
So what is the truth?
I think it's the phone. I think it's the phone. I'm saying
Sam
that.
thinks it's the phone. You guys
Tweet.
and
I think it's a tweet.
still tweet.
So collectively tweet.
So you go in
deliver
democracy.
live,
It's going to be the tweet. 2 versus 1. Yeah.
Yep.
It was indeed the tweet. Mark Office did retweet me back in 2010 after their SEC gig.
Because I'm starting to think when you would have been able to get a phone.
My first phone was actually the BT Cellnet original with the stick out aerial.
I didn't want to turn around and go say that the 3210 and the 3310 were when I was starting to get a phone.
Nadia, but
he's waiting for a high five.
I'm not on the stream.
She can't see it stream. She doesn't know you're doing it.
Good, you got it. Yeah, there you go.
Discord though.
Yeah, but you're all in different places in Discord. Oh my god, the one life left. is just
We're
like-
getting called.
Right.
Right, okay, guys, we gotta run. Thank you
Bye.
for watching.
Take care,
Lewis,
everyone.
have a good night. Sam, we'll see you in an hour.
I probably will.
Nah, they probably
If you're
won't.
quiet, I'll be back in an hour for Rumble Pack where we talk about wrestling.
But chat, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in 2 ticks with the guys from One Life Left for Yeet or Neat. See you in a sec.